Have you ever been so wrongly accused, so deeply misunderstood, that the air seemed to vanish from the room? That's exactly what happened to Lena Carter, a soft-spoken woman who walked into a glittering mansion for a charity gala, only to be branded a thief by the very people she came to support. But what unfolded that night, what shattered every false assumption, left a room full of millionaires wiping tears from their eyes. And it all started with a misplaced necklace and a heart full of grace. It was a crisp fall evening in Atlanta. The golden leaves crunched under Lena's modest shoes as she approached the sprawling mansion lit with chandeliers that sparkled through towering windows. This wasn't her world. Not even close. But Lena was invited personally by Meredith Rowe, a wealthy philanthropist who often visited the community center where Lena volunteered. Lena wore a simple navy blue dress she'd borrowed from her neighbor. Her curls were pinned back neatly, and she carried a small gift bag, a hand-painted candle holder made by the children she tutored. Inside that mansion, guests sipped champagne, air-kissed each other, and laughed in designer gowns. From the moment she entered, whispers began. Who is she? A server. Someone's assistant. Certainly not a guest. Lena felt the stares as she tried to blend into the crowd. She found Meredith near the piano, who welcomed her with a warm hug. Lena, I'm so glad you came. I want you to meet my friends tonight. I've told them all about the kids at the center. For a few brief minutes, Lena felt seen. Validated. She shared stories about her work, the struggling families she helped, and the dreams of the children she mentored. But then, the music stopped. Gasp. And then the announcement. "Excuse me," cried Eleanor Grant, the host of the evening. Her voice trembled. "My heirloom necklace. It's missing." Guests murmured, looking around. Few eyes fell on Lena. Then the whispering started again. A guest claimed she saw Lena near the master bedroom. Someone else muttered, "She doesn't look like she belongs here anyway." Within minutes, 2 security guards approached her gently but firmly. "Ma'am, we need to check your belongings. It's just protocol." Lena stood frozen, her cheeks burning with shame. She handed over her small purse. Inside was a wallet with $100, some tissues, lipstick, and her phone. And at the bottom, the missing necklace. That isn't mine," Lena said, her voice trembling. Eleanor gasped. "That necklace was my grandmother's. How could you?" The room turned into a courtroom. Judging eyes. Disbelief. Disgust. Meredith stepped forward, confused. "Wait, this doesn't make sense." Lena wouldn't. But no one listened. Lena, humiliated, asked quietly to leave. Later that night, Meredith, still unconvinced, asked to see the security footage. The estate had cameras in every hallway. What they saw stunned them. Lena had indeed walked near the bedroom, to place her handmade gift on the dresser. But minutes later, Eleanor's own daughter, Charlotte, was seen sneaking in. She had taken the necklace and, upon hearing footsteps, panicked and slipped it into Lena's open purse left on a side table. Charlotte had been in debt. Gambling. She needed the necklace to pay off someone dangerous. The truth shattered Eleanor. The next morning, Lena was sitting alone at the community center, comforting a child who had just been evicted with his mother. Sleek black car pulled up. Meredith and Eleanor stepped out. Eleanor's makeup was smudged from tears. "Lena," she said softly, "I came to beg your forgiveness." Lena stood still, not with anger but quiet strength. "It hurt," she said honestly. "Not because I was embarrassed, but because the kids I teach, they look up to me. I was afraid they'd stop believing in what I tell them about kindness." Eleanor knelt before her. "Then let me make it right. We want to fund the expansion of this center. And I want you to know, your dignity opened our eyes." Lena looked over to the children watching from the window. "Don't do it for me," she said. "Do it for them." They did. That week, Eleanor and Meredith arranged for new books, computers, and art supplies. Charlotte entered rehab. Eleanor publicly apologized at the next gala, naming Lena as the guest of honor. The story went viral after a journalist picked it up. Donations poured in. One morning, a boy named Isaiah handed Lena an envelope. Inside was a note and $4. "You helped my mom when she had nothing. I want to help someone else now." Lena cried. Months later, the center hosted its own gala. This time, the children were the guests of honor. Lena stood at the podium, looking radiant in a dress made by the mothers she had once taught to sew. "You can judge a person by what they carry in their bag," she said, voice trembling. "Or you can look at what they carry in their heart." The audience wept, and this time they clapped for her. Back in that same mansion where she was once humiliated, Lena now smiled as kids painted murals on the walls. The pain of that night had not disappeared, but it had transformed. From suspicion came support. From shame came strength. From judgment came justice. So the next time you see someone who doesn't belong, ask yourself, do you know their story? Or are you writing it for them? Because sometimes the one we push out of the room is the one sent to heal it. If Lena's story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another story like this. And tell us in the comments, has someone's kindness ever changed your life? We'd love to hear your story. And remember, it takes just one act of kindness to change someone's world. Stay kind, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next story.